creative friends, it's Gwen and I'm back today with another scrapbooking process video. Today's share is for Cocoa Vanilla Studio and I'm using the These Days collection. I've also been inspired by the current mood board challenge that is happening right now. I will leave a link in the comments below with some more details for that one. Really love this mood board. It's full of gorgeous soft autumn tones and was really fun to work with. I have gone ahead and prepared my background. I'm using the Daybreak pattern paper for the border there, and then this cut file from Cut to You. It's called Concentric Hearts, and this one is not for the faint-hearted. It's a super fine cut file, so you do need a nice sharp blade and a really nice new clean mat, but I love it because it's really soft and delicate and lovely. And I have actually just gone and added the white cut file to my white background and then gone ahead and added some really pretty peach stitching. I am going to work with some of the peach tones for this layout, so I've also gone ahead and backed my photo. For that one, it's a pretty orange leaf print and it is the B-side of the Wall of Fame pattern paper. So I have gone ahead, mounted my photo with that one, and then I have pulled out the floral pattern paper that is called Homegrown, and it has a bunch of really pretty florals on it, and I have fussy cut out the more orange tones, so oranges and some yellows. I actually think I only use a couple of yellows in the end, but mostly those lovely deep orange tones. And I'm pulling that because in my photo, the top of my blouse there is quite a deep orange, and I'm kind of just running with that. This photo was taken what feels like a lifetime ago. We were actually at the airport on our way to Disneyland, and I think Caitlin must have been around 5, or maybe a bit older. Oh, I'll have to look that up. Yeah, but it was some time ago, and I've done a lot of Disney photos, and this one had been kicking around, and I really liked the softness of it. I liked the really warm tones in it. And I thought it would just be a really lovely photo to just not really scrapbook as a Disney photo, but just scrapbook as a family moment type of photo. I think I might do something a little bit different with the journaling for this one. I don't think it will be like, here we are on our way to Disneyland. I think I'm going to do it in today's perspective and make it kind of like a reflection on the time, because I do feel like my memory of it has changed somewhat given the circumstances that we're now in and how we kind of took traveling for granted. Even though it was an expensive thing to do, it was sort of, you could just jump on a flight and travel anywhere in the world. And of course we can't do that anymore. So I think I will just put in a few notes about that for this layout. Okay, so onto the design of the page, and I am just going to run with a pretty basic design for this one. I've used the cut file there as a bit of a center point that runs top to bottom along the center of the page, and everything that I'm going to add now on top of it is going to sort of fit within that same idea. So I've positioned my photo towards the bottom, and I really love how it's wide enough to cover all of the stitching there. So see how it touches all 4 lines of stitching, the 4 rows of hearts. Love that that worked out like that. And then I'm just going to add essentially 3 embellishment clusters. So the main cluster that I'm going to be adding is actually going to be my title, and that is that frame piece that's on the top left hand side there. It says home is wherever I'm with you, and it is from the die cut ephemera pack. I have raised it up on some foam, and I am going to use it to sort of balance out the weight of the photo at the bottom. So it's obviously not going to be as heavy as the photo, but it is going to be, I like that it's landscape the same way as the photo, and I like that it feels quite solid, and I do feel like that really adds a nice balance to the page. I'm then going to add in some floral elements. Again, these were the ones that I fussy cut from that Homegrown paper in the beginning. And I'm going to add them in 3 places. So one slightly above my title, a little cluster on the left between the title piece and my photo. And then to balance that side out, I'm going to add a couple more on the right hand edge of my photo. And I feel like that kind of, yeah, it's all just about the balance of the page for this one. And also keeping in mind that I want most of the embellishments to fit within the bounds of that cut file. It's kind of like it's kind of acting as a border and another frame within the layout. So I do want to keep things sort of within that range. Now, to add an extra sort of little layer to my clusters there, I have included a couple of pieces from the die cut ephemera pack. That pack has a bunch of elements in it, really cute little typewriters and some mums and daughters, some trees, and it's also got a couple of floral clusters. I did also pull out a couple of the floral pieces from the floral die cut pack. So that's a separate pack that's got a bunch of floral elements in it. And because I had fussy cut out the florals from the pattern paper, those ones did not have a white border. So I did go ahead and chop off the white border from the ephemera pieces as well, just to give everything a bit of a consistent look. Things are getting serious because I am gluing stuff down using my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive for this layout. And I am just adding the smallest little piece underneath each of the elements. You don't need very much, and I don't like to move the elements. Once I've decided that that's how my cluster will look, I am very careful not to move anything. It's now time for some of the more dimensional elements to be added to the page. So this is like the icing on top of the cake. And for that, I'm going to be using a couple of things. First up, the wood epoxy buttons. And these are so lovely. I adore these when we have these in the collections. This one has, on this layout, I've included one that has a sweet little house. And then that's above my photo there. That's a larger one. And then a smaller one that says good day. And that's on the right of the photo there. Now I'm also going to be adding the super sweet puffy hearts that come in this collection. They are a really shiny, pretty gold color, and they're quite small, and I love them. I think they are the sweetest thing ever. They're a really lovely finishing touch to add to the page, and I have sprinkled 3 of those around my layout. I've just thought about how I want the eye to travel around the page. So it's going to start at the top left-hand side where the title of the page is. The flowers will help draw it down towards the photo. The fact that the photo is landscape will draw the eye across the page, and then the eye will finish in the bottom right-hand corner of the layout where my floral clusters are, and then my sweet little sentiment that says, "Together is the best place to be." That sentiment is actually from the accessory sticker sheet, and I have added some foam tape underneath it just for a little bit of dimension. And I am going to add a couple more of the typed sentiments that come on that same sticker sheet. I'm going with 3, I think, for this one. And again, I'm just going to use that same train of thought in that the way that the eye is going to flow around the page. And I'm going to call this layout done. So thanks for joining me today, my creative friends. If you like the way that I scrapbook or the way that I chat about the way that I scrapbook, I would love it if you give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Any questions, leave them below, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, bye.